I never expected to be abducted by aliens. One moment, I was on an isolated research station orbiting Europa, collecting ice samples. The next, a blinding light swallowed me whole, and I woke up in a throne room made of gleaming obsidian. Before me stood the most regal and terrifying woman I had ever seen, Queen Xyvara of the Vaelari Empire. The Vaelari were a race of tall, ethereal beings, with shimmering violet skin, piercing golden eyes, and silver markings that glowed in intricate patterns. They were conquerors, known across the stars for their ruthlessness and strength. And now, their queen was looking at me as though I were the most precious thing in the universe. "Human," she purred, stepping closer. "You are exceptional." And blinked. Thanks." She tilted her head, her golden eyes scanning me with an intensity that made my skin prickle. "I have chosen you. You will be my mate. My king." My brain short-circuited. Wait, what? The Vaelari around us knelt, chanting a phrase in their melodic language. Queen Xyvara gestured, and two guards in gleaming silver armor approached. "Take him to the royal chambers," she commanded. "He is to be treated with utmost care." I did what any self-respecting scientist would do in that situation. Panic. The Queen's claim. Over the next few days, I learned a few critical things. First, the Vaelari had been searching for a new consort for their queen, but none among their kind were deemed worthy. They valued intelligence, adaptability, and resilience, qualities humans possessed in abundance. Second, Xyvara wasn't just making a political move. She was genuinely fascinated by me. Every conversation, every moment together, she sought to understand my thoughts, my past, my species. And though I initially resisted, I couldn't deny that she was breathtaking, strong, commanding, yet fiercely protective of her people. Third, and most terrifyingly, once a Vaelari queen chose her mate, she never let them go. "I understand your fear," Xyvara murmured one evening as we stood on a balcony overlooking a city of floating spires. "But you are not a prisoner, Ethan." I crossed my arms. "Really?" "Because last time I checked, I was abducted against my will." Her gaze softened. "It was the only way. Had I approached your leaders, they would have never allowed you to come. Not when they fear what they do not understand." I couldn't argue with that. Humanity had a bad habit of distrusting anything more powerful than itself. Still, I wasn't ready to just accept my fate. "I can't be your king, Xyvara," I said. "I'm just a scientist." She smiled, a rare, genuine expression. "You are more than you know." The breaking point. Just as I was beginning to adjust to my strange new reality, everything changed. A faction within the Vaelari nobility opposed Xyvara's decision. They saw me as unworthy, an outsider who weakened their empire. And so they acted. The assassination attempt came swiftly. A group of rebels ambushed us in the gardens, energy blades flashing in the twilight. Xyvara moved with deadly grace, cutting them down with her own shimmering blade. But there were too many, and one of them broke past her defenses. His weapon aimed directly at her heart. I didn't think. Moved. Diving forward, I tackled the assassin, grappling with his weapon. Pain lanced through my side as the blade sliced into me, but I held firm, wrenching it away and delivering a desperate blow to his head. The guard subdued the remaining attackers, but Xyvara was by my side in an instant, pressing her hands against my wound. "Ethan," she breathed, golden eyes wide with something I had never seen before, fear. Coughed, wincing. "Still. Don't think I'd make a good king." Her hands trembled as she held me. "You foolish, brave human," she whispered. "You could have died." I managed a weak smile. "Well, can't let my queen fight alone, can I? For the first time, Xyvara looked at me not as a ruler, but as a woman. Not as a queen claiming a consort, but as someone who had almost lost something precious. Decision made. The rebellion was crushed, but the attempt on my life solidified something in my mind. Had a choice. I could demand to return to Earth, leave behind the Vaelari and Xyvara's world forever. Or could stay. Not because I was forced but because I wanted to. Xyvara stood before me in the throne room, her usually unwavering expression uncertain. "Ethan," she said quietly, "I will not keep you here against your will. If you wish to leave, I will ensure your safe return to your people." I took a deep breath. "You once told me that Vaelari queens never let go of their chosen mates," I said. She nodded, a hint of sadness in her eyes. "That is true." I stepped closer. "Then it's a good thing I'm choosing to stay." For the first time, Xyvara's composure shattered. Her golden eyes widened, and before I could react, she pulled me into her arms, holding me as if I might disappear at any moment. "You are mine now, Ethan Carter," she murmured, her voice trembling. "And I will cherish you for all my days." I smiled, wrapping my arms around her. "Guess that makes me the luckiest human in the galaxy." Epilogue: The Human King. A year later, I stood beside Xyvara as her official consort, wearing the royal sigil of the Vaelari Empire. What had begun as an abduction had turned into something I never could have imagined. A home among the stars, a people who had accepted me, and a queen who had become my everything. And if anyone in the galaxy had a problem with that, well, they'd have to deal with both of us. Together. The end.